The beast within him has awoken. Hello everyone, and welcome to my ultimate in-depth guide on Beast Gohan. Bandai really just wants Dimps to keep putting DLC in this game. In my opinion, this guy really should have been saved for Xenoverse 3, but it's probably a long time before that game comes out. So, here he is in all his white El Blanco looking glory. But as usual, we will go over everything there is to know about this character, from his basic toolkit, stamina break combos, infinite loops, optimization, tech at the very end, as well as overall giving you some tips and tricks on how to properly utilize him and his skills online. Now, if you enjoy this kind of content from me, or want to see more of it, it really helps if you hit that like button, share the video around. YouTube doesn't recommend my content to anybody. It also helps if you hit that bell icon in the corner there. Also, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do my best to upload as often as I possibly can, and it helps the videos to come out faster in the future. But anyways, I think I've rambled long enough. Let's get right into it, shall we? Now, Beast Gohan functions very similar to another character that came a couple DLCs ago, Sign Goku, because he's incredibly stiff just like that character in the sense that he is unable to move out of any animation aside from key cancels. He has not a single step or block cancel to speak of to his name. He's also a bit of a glass cannon in the sense that he has very low HP, though this really isn't that detrimental to him because he doesn't have any bad gimmicks like UI's dodge, and he does a crap ton of damage. This guy's damage is very high. His basic moveset really isn't bad, but it's nothing to really write home about either. He's definitely a lot better than he could have been, though. Dimps had all the right in the world to be as lazy as they possibly could with this guy because he did nothing in the movie. His dashing light attack has solid priority, but no iframes. This jump attack is very, very good and has a lot of range. His unique grab attack is very good for ending combos without skills. Omega Shen runs back it because why not? Now for Beast Gohan's Super Soul, it's actually kind of interesting. It's essentially like an upgraded version of DBS Superhero Gohan's Super Soul, only you don't suffer the reduction to your stamina regen, and you don't gain a basic attack increase. The numbers may seem insignificant at first on Beast's Super Soul, but when you stack those 5 Just Guards, it becomes quite significant, as you can see. And his Limit Burst is Super Armor. Seriously, Dimps, stop! You should only ever use this combo if you want to carry your opponent to the ceiling. It's great for that, but keep in mind it is inconsistent online. This one is good for meterless combo extensions, though be aware it is also inconsistent online. Utilize this when you want to force a vanish out of your opponent. It's really good for that. This one is also incredibly good for forcing a vanish. It does a lot of damage, though keep in mind it cannot be done on the ground, and it's kind of tricky to time, but once you practice it, it'll become easy, trust me. This is honestly one that you will never get online, and it's really not worth trying in the slightest. I would not recommend it. Though it does work offline at least. Just like with Blue Gogeta before him, Beast Gohan has a combo here where if you vanish, your opponent will get a Ki Blast right in the face if you Ki Blast cancel out of it. His grab is exceptionally great at infinite looping a stubborn opponent who refuses to snap vanish. Use this for those particularly stubborn people. Also, it robs their stamina if they vanish at the wrong time online. Now this grab loop, however, is very tricky to time, but it's incredibly useful for those people who like to limit burst immediately. Use this to stop that crap. Now for his first skill we have the Demon Flurry attack. Use this for ending combos. When you time it, it does even more damage, so don't worry about the damage being low. Now his secondary skill, the Demon Flare, is incredibly good. It's fast, it's cheap to use, it does a good amount of damage on the first and second hit, which its second hit is just like a burst Kamehameha, where it will shoot a secondary attack in the form of a Kamehameha. It also is chase cancelable, and it cancels into other skills, including ultimate attacks. And because it cancels into ultimate attacks, this also sets up incredibly, honestly, kind of cheap unvanishable combos, as you can see here. There is no escaping this. You're just screwed. Demon Flare also has a third function where it will alternative as an evasive skill, much like Dragon Ball Super Broly's skills before him. However, keep in mind this is very unsafe if it misses. Now his third skill is Demon Flash Strike. It functions first as a counter skill where he uses the kick he used on Cell Max, but it also works as a little punch into a Rasengan-like attack where it's completely unvanishable in a really good way to make your opponent waste stamina. Although keep in mind, if you are hit by this thing, it causes a weird bug online that screws your camera up. Nothing really special about his charge other than the fact that it is using the Surging Spirit animation, which is much more fitting. The first of his ultimate attacks is the Reverse Mabaku Senko technique. It is a very good counter skill that counters all forms of attack in the game. It even counters limit bursts, as you can see here, which is incredibly useful. However, keep in mind, it is punishable, as you can see, via a Ki Blast bait. But that reused asset is not at all what you wanted from this character, is it? Now we have the Beast Special Beam Cannon. It is unblockable like the original, however it can be charged 3 times to do varying forms of damage. It is completely inescapable though if you flick your stick forward because it goes into a cinematic animation, almost like a grab. You cannot limit burst out of this, and it does really good damage. This is one of the best 5-bar ultimates in the game now. His evasive is a reskin, but at least it has iframes. Now for his stamina breaks, he has pretty standard ones, such as the multiple heavy combo stamina break setup. He's also got a light heavy setup and a 5 light into 1 through 2 heavy setup. He also has a heavy trip setup here where you can link into light and heavy stamina breaks respectively. Only do this if you know you're going to be able to kill your opponent. This method also costs 2 bars of stamina, so keep in mind it is risky. Make sure you can get the job done with 1 stamina break. Or you can do this alternative method here. However, keep in mind, they must be at the lowest stamina possible when you start the combo. When you're against the ceiling and need a quick one, use this. It's very effective. There's also this method, but you really need to get them when they're at the lowest stamina possible. Just like with Bojack and GT Vegeta, he can cancel into a stamina break from his back hit.